Yeah, the holidays are upon us, and I figured I'd do a little collection video. This will be covering my current buck knife collection. I mean, over the years, many have come and gone, and I hate the gone part. I try to hold on to as many as I can, and I'll grab a special one here and there. I've got a couple that have been heavily used. We'll start up here. This is a Buck Vanguard. This is the rubberized grip model. This is a 1995 production. I got this, I believe, in 1995. It has probably gutted, skinned, quartered, fully processed, I'd say 20 different mule deer and a couple of elk. So it's seen a fair deal of use. The 420 high carbon on it's very serviceable. I've never had a problem with it. I love the grippy texture. I love the overall design. The drop point is very conducive for big game hunting. A little over 4-inch blade. It does allow you to choke up here. I've had this for many years, and it's been used for just about everything a belt knife would be used for. This Vanguard, also a 95 production. This is my father's. This has never been used, only been stored, handled, shown off. He kept this in a drawer for all these years. It's probably cut some little things, opened a package or two. This is the Buck Alaskan Guard, or Alaskan Guide in S30V. Cherry diamond wood. This is the newer Cerakoted version in S30V. I wish they would have stuck with the DLC coatings. I feel as though the DLC holds up better, in my experience. This is the 2023 limited edition Vanguard. Green micarta, silver bolster, silver pommel, S35VN. I'm surprised these aren't more popular, but they are very pricey. This is the priciest of the Pro line models, going for about $250 anywhere that you can find them for as long as they're available, which probably won't be for too much longer. This was the Ergo Hunter series. This was their Avid. I think it's a cherry diamond wood. This is Boss 12C27M, which is a Sandvik steel. It's very ergonomic. I love the wood. It's very pretty. Excellent checkering. Very well put together little knife. This is the 539 Small Game Hunter. This is S30V. Came with a real toothy edge on it. That is the factory edge that is on it. It's very toothy, very acute point. Great bird and trout knife. Carry system is a little strange. This is its folding brethren. This is Boss S30V. Cocobolo diamond wood or rosewood diamond wood. Steel frame. Model's 547. Very interesting knife. It's pretty bulky. A little bit of a recurve. I've used it, but not much. Coming over to this side are my 110s. This is a DLC coated older model 110 Alaskan Guide. S30V. This has seen quite a bit of use, and as you can see, that DLC coating shows zero wear. You wipe it down and you never even know you touched it. This was a copper and clad special. Charcoal diamond wood. Boss 5160 drop point. I've used this a little bit, not a whole lot. Shows a few marks. Never seen any kitchen use, no patina to it. Would patina up nicely. This was that Walmart 120th anniversary edition that came with the coin and the tin. $30. I couldn't turn it down. This is the 110 Lite. This has been a heavy user of mine. I keep a mirror polished edge on it. Stonewash finish, so it doesn't show much wear, even though it's carried quite regularly. That is a Chinese 371. And we have the 6-inch fillet, folding fillet, model 220. This is the little Bantam, US made Bantam, 484. This may have been the medium. This has seen a lot of use. You can tell it's been sharpened quite a bit. I do keep it razor sharp. This kind of resides in a toolbox that I have and gets used for general utility. Chinese imported Buck Highline, model 0263. These were made in a D2 steel. The action is fabulous. Excellent detent. I love the cleaver hanger hole. Fires perfectly. Drop shut. Very nice little knife, great feel to it. I forget what they called this model. It's the number 461. This is a Chinese import, and I believe this is just the cheaper 7CR steel. I love the blue accent to the hardware and the carbon fiber, kind of a mock titanium, but it is an aluminum. Liner lock, semi-deep carry. Also very good detent, very good action. Fires nicely. Razor sharp, hollow grind, and it's very, very thin behind the edge. Here we have two of the Pro Series. This is the 102 and the 103. Both are the green micarta handles, silver pommel and guard. 103 Skinner, 102, both S35 VN. This is the little USA Maverick, 420 high carbon, FRN type polymer. This just came out of kitchen duty. My little kid loves this. He's 9 years old and he goes bazonkers. And we have the 119 type series here. My introduction to big game hunting knives was with my father's 440C, I believe 1978 production, Buck 119. It's been beaten, battered, used it on a ton of different animals, tons of camp chores. It is not in this collection. It is still in his possession and rides on his belt every hunting trip, every single year. I broke the edge, chipped it out pretty bad at one point in time, and we fixed it best we could, and he calls that his custom serrations, but actually does come in pretty handy for tendons around joints and things like that when you're breaking down legs. This is the model 619. This was kind of a big box store type. I believe this was Kmart. This is 1993 production, 440C. It has been back to buck for a broken tip. It is about a 1/4 inch shorter than it should be. Buck did an excellent reprofiling job. They even reprofiled the back swedge. If you didn't realize it was a little shorter in blade length, you'd never really know that it was broken at one point. I've put this thing through hell. I have beat on it with rocks, with hammers, you name it. I have notched out railroad ties with this. The tang inside the handle is broken right about here. Doesn't hinder the function of the knife, but if I put pressure on it and move it, I can feel the two pieces of steel in there clicking on each other inside of that handle. This currently has an incredibly sharp mirror edge on it, about 18 degrees per side. You couple that with the hollow grind, it's an incredible cutter. This is the web exclusive buck 119 in D2. Beautiful knife. This is a January 2022, I believe, Buck of the Month, CPM 3V steel. Modified clip. No fuller. Very cool knife. Came with the distressed leather sheath. I love the distressed leather sheath. Don't have it out here to show you. This is also another kind of big box store buck. Model 620. They called it the Reaper. Came with a couple of different handle options. I think one had maybe skulls on it, and this is supposed to mimic like a snake skin. It's relatively ergonomic. Looks like Ozark Trail is copying this now with a fixed blade that they have out. Buck also did this, I believe, with a wood scale. It is the 420 hard carbon. It is a USA made, slight recurve to the blade. This one has done some camp tasks. The finish it has is more of a powder coat. I don't think it's a Cerakote. It's rougher. It was hard to get the sap and the wood chips out of that finish after you use it for camp chores. So that's a brief breakdown of my current selection of buck knives. I keep picking them up, and once in a while one goes back out the door. But I've been enjoying these since, gosh, I started big game hunting in 1988. And started using Dad's 119. I had some cheap flea market thing for a while that I broke all to pieces before finally getting upgraded to the Vanguard. Well, I appreciate you all watching, and I hope everybody has a wonderful Christmas. Bye-bye.